I want to talk to you about Brian Boru, who was the first king of Ireland in 1050. He amalgamated all the little fiefdoms of Irish kings together to fight the Vikings. Of course, nobody has a picture of him. So the person who ordered him back in July of last year said, remember, he's got to have a sword, he's got to have a dagger, he's got to have an axe. Finally, in October, I didn't hear from him again. The next thing I heard, he was in palliative care and he died in November. So it doesn't have an owner now, except for me. So I don't know quite what to do with him.
Well, Jim has boatloads of patience. And not many people have that level of patience or good at learning. He's always willing to help. He's always willing to go the extra mile to help, especially younger smiths, because he wants this tradition, he wants this artwork to grow and to develop. And it's hard now because he's at the end of the life of the shop, and he wants someone to find someone to take over. But all of us, we're older too, so we need young individuals to get involved in this, to take over, and because I haven't got many more years of smithing than me either, so it's a hard job, it's hard work.
It's nice to have a crew working for you,
Pretty good.
Usually I'm the guy who sweeps the floor and puts everything away and turns the lights out, but I could hire these guys, I guess, could I?
Is it coffee time yet?
It is.
Been working like slaves. Yeah, what's your point?
Most craftspeople realize that they're giving up security, big house, big car, all the rest of it, to be creative. And I think the important thing in this world is not to become a cog in the wheel. The people who are not looking for that inspiration to become corporate leaders, we are learning those skills and honing those skills and becoming very good and very happy with what we're doing. And we end up better suited to this world. Here's a maquette of an installation we built for the city of Guelph, the Women's Alumni Association. A number of years ago, there were 14 young women murdered in Montreal. Montreal Massacre, we kind of know it as. They wanted some kind of a sculpture just to commemorate that, with a series of flowers, each one representing the women who died. So the imagery was that the bud was opening, hadn't quite flowered, and the leaves are wilted. These women had very short lives, very creative lives, but it was cut short by this madman.
So I've always been interested in how things are made. My dad's a mechanic, so I was always able to tinker on things and do things at home. But then I was at here in Pioneer Threshers, an event, and Jim was doing demos there, so I was able to see that. And if you hang around long enough and ask enough questions, he's kind enough to welcome you in and let you have a go.
Did I ever tell you the story about the blacksmith who was talking away and left his chisel and came down and took 2 fingers off, just like that?
Blacksmithing is something that until you see what all of the options are, what the outcomes can look like, people may think of it as just a fence or just a rail, but there can be so much artistry to it. There are pieces that you look at and they are the rival of any sculpture or painting you could ever imagine.
The idea I like is that when I make something, it's one of a kind. It's designed and made by me, and I never replicate. I refuse to replicate. I've had people seen a coffee table and I gave it for auction off, and people wanted me to make copies of it, and I refuse to do that. I make one and that's it.
The creativity comes from the drawings. They may have some idea in their back of their mind as to what it might look like, but I can't see that. I don't understand what they're trying to explain. So we start drawing and we start proposing this or that. And through a process of elimination, we come up with a concept. There was only books to read. There was no videos. There's no anything. You could read a book and learn how to forge or how to punch a hole, but it's pretty rudimentary. So we thought the most important thing was to get everybody together, and we'd be a community. We'd all feed off each other and all become better people, better blacksmiths at least.
So yeah, this gets steel very, very hot. There's different types of forges. This is a coal forge.
As I was saying, Lane, I thought I was going to have to teach him how to hold the hammer and stuff, and he's already making axes and knives before I brought him in here. So I didn't have to teach him much. It's hand forged, and I think the important part is that somebody made this piece. It wasn't stamped out of a blank. It wasn't welded with an automatic welder. I'd certainly like to think that these pieces will be around for a while. It's not as if I'm looking for them to be destroyed in, the next generation or whatever. I'd like to see them stick around, but I'm not egocentric enough to think that I'm changing people's lives. It's just part of the landscape, part of the creativity, part of the beauty of the town or the community. That's what I'm trying to build on. There's lots of ugly things around the world, but a nice bench placed in a garden, that's the legacy I'm looking for.